welcome back. I'm Megan Kieran, an intuitive guide, and today I want to talk all about the power of the bind. B-I-N-D, B as in ball, bind. Not mind, but bind. And this all started from a yoga class I was in. We were doing a lot of binds, right? So we were doing a lot of twists and positions that were uncomfortable, but that were kind of wringing out certain areas of our body. And all of this work was along our spine. And, the spine is a powerful, powerful part of our body because it pretty much houses all of our major chakras. All of our major chakras run from the crown of our head all the way to the base of our spine. So when we do these binds, we're using our spine pretty much as the base, and we're just twisting and turning and contorting our body around it. But a lot of these binds are very uncomfortable and you have to breathe through them. And this was a big focus of this yoga class I was in. And what my yoga teacher said that was so insightful was that there is power in the bind. And that made me think beyond the physical bind that we were doing in class, but it made me think of binds that we're in life, right? So any situation that feels like a bind, that feels like something that we kind of just want to get out of, something that is putting pressure on us, something that is holding us in to a certain space, a certain situation, and how we feel kind of uncomfortable in these situations. And at certain times we feel crushed by it, right? Like we really just want to get out of these situations. We want to manifest different things in our life. We want to get out of this job. I feel like I'm in a bind in this job. We need to get more money some way. I feel like I'm in a bind. I need more money. We want to find a relationship. I feel like I'm in a bind. I'm all alone, right? Like I want a person to spend time with. I want a partner. And when we're in these situations that feel like we are stuck, right? When you're in the bind, when you're stuck and you're stagnant and you kind of have to feel these certain emotions that don't feel good, that is where the magic lies. And no, I don't think the purpose of this lifetime is to feel these binds, to feel this pressure, to feel this stagnancy. But there is a lot of power behind it because that's where we really get to understand and change our thoughts and behaviors. So these binds, as we go through our journey of our consciousness, journey of our mind, our spiritual journey, are really giving us the opportunity to make different decisions and change the way we think. So next time you're in a bind, how can you shift your decision making? How can you change the typical behavior, the typical thoughts that you may have when you're in this bind? Oh, I just want to get out of it, right? That is most likely a common reaction or the most popular reaction to someone being in any sort of situation they want to get out of. And being in a bind, right? They just don't like feeling it and they want to change it, get out of it as soon as possible. But these are the moments where we can shift our thinking. And that's very powerful. And these are the moments where we really can take a deep breath and make a different decision. So if it's a new career you want and you're just at odds in your job with your boss and it just doesn't feel good to you anymore, you hate going to work, you feel like you're under this pressure to continue something that you don't like doing but you don't know how to get out of it, instead of just trudging through the day and trying to survive it, how can you shift your mindset and how can you do something differently? Okay, today, yes, I'm going to the same job, but can I change one thing in my routine, one thing in my reality that will help me shift and change my mindset to get out of this loop that I'm in about hating my job? Even if it's, all right, today at lunch I'm going to go on a walk instead of eating at my desk or going to that same lunch spot or just sitting and scrolling on my phone. Today I'm going to go on a walk. All right, I'm shifting myself into a new reality by going on a walk now during my lunch break. And then maybe a few days later you decide, all right, I have changed my mindset and I have taken a walk, but now I want to maybe just see what's out there for other opportunities. And that's where you're able to just start to magnetize that next job, that next career, without feeling that pressure, without feeling like you have to get out of something. So when I was in this yoga class and I was in this bind, I was like, wow, these situations that we're in and we really want to get out of are the situations that are going to shift and change our lives. The things that we're in right now that we don't like is what shapes us into who we are. And these are the moments that we're given. We are gifted these moments as an opportunity to change our lives. And of course, there's things out there that are just very uncomfortable and people don't deserve and yada, 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 right? But I'm talking just about like a situation in your life that you just don't want to be in. Something that you don't want to feel. Something that you're just trying to shift and change and get out of and manifest yourself into a new reality out of. But it just feels like you just can't do it yet. This is all about creating your life and co-creating your life with the universe. And this is all about manifestation. So there is power in the bind because it's accepting where you are now. It's accepting the present moment and really getting honest with yourself, with the situation you're in. Instead of just dreaming of this fantasy of the life you want, ground yourself back into reality. Look at the situation you're in, accept it, and then begin to change one thing at a time until you shift your frequency, you shift the energy in your body to vibrate higher and to really start attracting those opportunities and those situations that you do desire. So the bind is really where we need to take that pause. There is power in the pause. There is so much that happens in these moments. And let me tell you, we have been in this bind energetically for a very long time. A lot of us have been in situations that we haven't wanted to be in for so long. And now is when things are going to start to change. September 2025 is when things are going to start to change for you. And that's because we are going to start to take action. Small baby steps to where we want to be. For example, I have been clearing and cleaning a room of mine that had a lot of just random stuff. And as I have been going through the closets, I've been uncovering certain things that have just been shoved back there. As I have been going through my old desk, I found old work journals, and I'm going through all that and realizing that, oh my gosh, I've come a long way. And honestly, after I cleared my desk, I was going through so many things, throwing out a lot of things, reorganizing things. I felt like I was going to throw up. The energetic release was crazy, and it was all the energy that I was feeling over the past 10 years of collecting random things in this desk. But it was so cathartic and so nice to finally release all of that old energy and create space for what's new. So what can you do right now in your life to create space for what you want and desire? That is what we're going to experience starting this month in September. We are stepping out of that bind. We are releasing that bind by taking these baby steps and actions towards what we want. And we are currently in Virgo season as well. And Virgo is very structured, detail-oriented. And it's giving us those energies and opportunities to really start to release. That no longer serves us in order to create the space. And we're actually physically doing this instead of talking about it for so long, right? Doing the inner work, doing a lot of our shadow work and things that we had to look at. We are releasing that bind, and we are finally beginning to live that new life. And the end of September is Libra season, where we're really going to continue on our self-care journey and bring balance back into our lives and start to finally feel good again in certain situations that haven't felt good for a very long time. So I guess that's just something to think about as we continue through the rest of 2025, and if we ever find ourselves in binds. I'm Megan Karen. Thanks for being here. I'll see you next time. Namaste. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please check out my socials at The Om Light on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Spotify. You can also find me at theomlight.com. Sessions are now open and available. One-on-one sessions are super helpful for anything you may be going through in your life to help you feel more aligned and clear. Now available at theomlight.com is a free higher self guide. Are you ready to tap into your intuition and you don't know where to start? Let me give you the tools to get there. Go to theomlight.com to get your free guide today.